Howdy do, folks, and welcome to episode 23 of Streaming Live from my living room. I really enjoy these. We're kind of like sort of hanging out. They still make me insanely nuts. For the last uh, however many minutes, I'm going, Baboomsa, what time is it? I mean, Alexa, what time is it?
It's 8 p.m.
See, and I've been doing that like OCDedly since like fucking 7:45. Uh, so here we go, episode 23, streaming live from my living room. Sparky's in the house. She had her usual fun nuts hour before this show got going. Now she's kind of just chilling. You want to say hello? Sparky's in the house. I don't know if she'll stay on that microphone. There you go. Um, Couple things. If you're new here, welcome. Get caught up. I did get my 4,000 hours on YouTube. Um, it's going to take another 10 years to process all the things. So eventually, my grandchildren's can get check from YouTube for like 38 cents. But I appreciate that. Things are going right there. Um, I'm also uh, watching a lot of live stream shows and stuff, and mostly everybody streams with like a MacBook or a live a big computer so they can interact with people in the chat. Uh, my MacBook is a 2007 MacBook that hasn't. I can't even move it. If I move it, it'll just die. It's holding on life support system. So eventually, if I get enough donations, I will invest in some sort of better streaming equipment. But at the rate we're going now, I probably won't be able to get a replacement for that until like 2093. Um, so that's why I can't interact in the chat. And even when that happens, I'd have to like chat with you peckerheads. I mean that in a nice way on Facebook, and then chat with you peckerheads over here on YouTube. So I don't know if I get the brain power from that. A lot of shit going on. I'm careful what I post on my pages because I love you fuckers, but you just don't seem like you get the full reading comprehension of my post. I posted that I'm planning on hopefully getting to perform again live, which is mostly Saturday nights, and then I would be continuing my live stream from my living room, but moving that to Friday nights. And somebody said, please don't stop streaming live. How the fuck is moving from Saturday to Friday night not fucking streaming? I just don't. Oh, I love you fuckers, but you really drive me to think about opening that bottle of bourbon. Um, I'm working on a podcast. I wanted to. I'm learning about podcasting. I'm going to be doing a podcast. I don't want to do it half-assed like my live stream show. I'll be talking about that later on because I had to fucking learn this out of necessity. I'm trying to learn all the shit there is to learn about uh, podcasting. I'm actually trying to replace my MacBook. Apple does have a trade-in policy, and when I put all the numbers for mine in, they actually said my MacBook was somewhat toxic, and I should just fucking bring it to them for no money at all, just other than the reason that it wouldn't kill people. Fuck that happy horse shit. So we got that's going on. Donate if you can. There's PayPal, there's Venmo, there's merchandise to buy, or just fucking hang out. Oh, fuck me in a bucket of goo. I bought my own mug, my own me mug to horn a show, but it's in the kitchen, and fuck that. Maybe I'll go get it on the pee break. Uh, so now here we go. Let's see, I use Cheater Notes. I get the live chat thing going on here. I flip over to that thing. Facebook can go nuts. You peckerheads. Let's see. Oh, I know what's exciting news. Not really exciting. It's actually kind of a little bit depressing. Uh, Tensions are running high. If you haven't noticed it out there, and I'll tell you why. I think I figured it out. Summer's over, and a summer that is over that has never truly begun is enough to push anybody's fucking buttons. Even Sparky went a little fucking nuts there. So we're all trying to deal with the end of the summer that never was, and that fucks people up in a big way. So we're still trying to process all that happy horse shit. And as much as it seems like I just live my life in this living room, I do go out in the world. I actually went to the local post office the other day, dropping off a package, and I walked in there, and them peckerheads, they're all had their masks on and shit, and I love my post office, man. I don't know how they fucking do it. And they must be getting a lot of shit from everybody right now. So then I walked in, and I said, hey, how's everybody doing? And they both said, kind of sort of at the same time, fine, we're fine, we're fine. Why do you ask? We're fine. Everything's fine, we're good. Everything's fine. I said, that sounds like it came right out of an official memo that you peckers are supposed to say when somebody asks you how they're doing. And then he both fucking laughed. And I said, the reason that I guessed that is because I've been coming in here for year after year after year. And when I ask you fuckers how you're doing, and you've never been fine. That's something new. And nobody is doing fine right now. So that's how I fucking figured out you fuckers are dicking with me a little bit. So they're holding up good. Support your postal workers. And then when I was leaving, then by the time I was leaving, the big long line came in, and I stopped in my tracks because I'm a dick. I can't help myself. And I said, "Oh, postal workers, I wanted to congratulate you because I heard that human beings, postal workers, can actually sort mail faster than an automated machine. So congratulations." Not, and they fucking wanted to laugh, but I don't think they were allowed to laugh because it was in the memo. So there you have that shit going on. Boom, fucking roasted. Moving along here. If you noticed, I did not strike my backdrop for my other project that I'm working on. I started doing, there it is. That's the Aes Sedai symbol from the Wheel of Time. I started doing Wheel of Time comedy spoiler goofs when I got too lazy to strike the set. Actually, I got too lazy to film the last fucking episode, so I still have to film the next comedy spoiler for Wheel of Time, so I left that fucker up. But there you go, you're treated to this new background, and it's black and white, fits in there just like me. So that sounds good. I'm checking my notes here, some more shit's going on here. Oh, let's see. Oh, and trying to do a series of things. A recurring episode I've been doing now is not living my life in fear, because everybody thinks I'm living my life in fear. So I'm running a series of what I'm not living my life in fear of this particular week. This week, I'm not living my life in fear of trying to drive my motorcycle over the Grand Canyon like fucking Evel Knievel, and I'll tell you why. First of all, I don't have a motorcycle, so that makes it kind of a no-brainer right there. And second of all, I was watching on the YouTube, that fucker Evel Knievel, when he tried to do it, he sort of had, it wasn't a motorcycle, it was like a little rocket. Well, that's fucking even crazier than me. It turns out Evel Knievel's son, whatever the fuck his name is, Little Knievel, he actually did it years later on an actual motorcycle, and that fucking melted my brain. He actually did it, and he actually went too far. He could have went a lot farther than he actually went, and he went fucking sailing over that thing. He only got like a broken leg, and that is a classic example of a good parenting where a father said, "Son, I want you to have all the things that I never had, like riding a motorcycle over the fucking Grand Canyon." So that's pretty badass right there. What do you say, Spark? A little too early for my water, isn't it? Oh, you saw it, didn't you? You see it? This is one of the highlights of my show when my pet, Sparky, wants some water. She sees like fucking sideways, so when she's looking at you, she's not actually looking at you. When she's this way, because her eye's over there, that's when she's looking at you. She's looking at me now, and that's a little fucking weird to process too. So moving right along here, also, okay, let's talk about Sparky. Sparky is one of the most incredible pets. I don't even want to call her a pet. She's a member of the family. If you're thinking of getting a pet cockatiel, know these things. If you're looking for just a stupid bird to be in a cage all day long, get a fucking canary. Canary people, get off my fucking ass. This bird has run on the house. It's an amazing pet. It loves us. It bonds with us. We have the greatest time. But it's very high maintenance animal, and that's what I highly recommend a cockatiel. But it's a commitment. People, dog and cat people who don't think you could bond with a bird, you are fucking wrong about that. This is a fucking amazing pet. And that brings me to the birds. I'm a bird lover. His family is a bird lover. I follow a bird on Instagram. One of my favorite musicians, Iggy Pop, has a cockatoo, and Instagram is Biggie Pop. And that's fucking badass. And it's a fucking giant cockatoo. These things cost like $5,000-6,000. And it's mostly Iggy Pop singing to his cockatoo, Biggie Pop. So whenever I'm fucking need a little boost of fun, I pop that fucker on there, and then there's Biggie Pop. Iggy Pop singing to Biggie Pop as they calling since the midnight, and then Biggie Pop starts fucking jamming away. It's the coolest fucking thing that there ever was. When I moved into where we are now, my neighbor had a cockatoo, giant fucker, and its name was Peter. Now, Peter didn't like women. That's what I was told. Peter only liked men. So Peter, the giant cockatoo, loved me and also loved him, but hated all women. Hated his wife, hated any female. I don't know why. I didn't want to know. Now, that cockatoo, they're really fucking smart. That thing learned how to pick a combination lock. I watched him, and it moved things all around, and I figured out how to open the fucking lock, right? And he'd walk around with this big thing. So now, this guy's deciding that he's going to downsize in his retirement and just sell his place and just move into a very small cabin in the woods. And he asked me if I wanted his cockatoo. And I'm like, because I had Sparky would hear Peter in the back and they'd scream and they'd beep back and forth. It's kind of badass. So I'm trying to figure out a polite way to say, are you out of your fucking mind? You just told me for the last year that that thing hates women. My wife and daughter live in that fucking house, and you want me to bring in a fucking that's cross between like a pterodactyl and a fucking dragon, and you want me to fucking bring it in that house? That's oh fuck. Yes, another thing too. If you do get a bird like a cockatoo or a cockatiel, it's a fucking commitment. You can't just decide to give it away. That's fucking weird, and that probably holds true for all pets that don't actually live in a bowl. You just get tired of a fighting fish, just fucking give it away. But you can't really do that with cats, dogs, and birds and all that shit. So he decided when he moved away to move and take Peter with him, which was a great idea. But they were in a small cabin, teeny tiny little small cabin, and Peter hates women. So I never back from him, but I can only imagine that Peter, the almost pterodactyl dragon cockatoo, murdered his wife, and then he and Peter lived happily ever after. So there you go, Sparky. There's probably more great Sparky stories, but amazing pet. But just don't get one and think it's just gonna sit in the cage and be a dick, because it's like they want to be in your live stream and all kinds of cool shit, right? All right, here we go. Oh, another story about my neighbor who's no longer here. In fact, really nobody in this neighborhood that I'm at now lives here anymore. They all fucking moved away. Might have something to do with me. I don't know. I was a bad neighbor accidentally. I'm a night owl. I got a fucking chimney, little fireplace stove from my brother-in-law. Badass, because I'm nocturnal. I'm out there burning shit all fucking night long. This is quite a few years ago. And the cool thing about that is only you can see the fire. So I'm sitting in the dark, fucking 2 o'clock in the morning. The cockatoo guy is just walking. He walks out. He's in the street. This is a person that shouldn't be out at 1 o'clock in the morning. You understand what's going on here? And it was hard not to laugh. I was sitting in the dark. He had on like a moo like Homer Simpson, and he was just fucking walking across the backyard. And I'm trying not to giggle because it was entertainment. As soon as I laugh, he'll notice, and then I'll be fucking ruined. So he went in the back, and there's a little bungalow back there, and that's where they kept Peter. And then he walked back and forth, and this went on about fucking for 20, 30 minutes. And then finally, from the dark, I scared the fuck out of me, almost flew out of his moo. I said, is everything okay over there? He goes, well, I think my house is on fire. And then I'm checking in the back here, walking back, there's no fire there. And then his wife was up on the balcony outside, and she's sniffing around, and they couldn't see me sitting there with my little chimney fire. And I am so fucking stupid. I wasn't a dick. I didn't realize that it was my smoke from my chimney that they were smelling and thinking their house is on fire. So the Homer Simpson moo parade went back and forth. And then finally, and this is probably about 2 o'clock in the morning, I got myself a bourbon and the rocks out there and who knows what else. He's, hey, you don't happen to have a fire burning in that thing down there? Yes, I do. He got a little pissed off and he goes, well, why didn't you tell me that before? I'm like, well, I really didn't have any reason to believe that a fire burning here in front of me in my chimney would somehow be also burning down your house. Excuse me for not understanding fucking mathematics of fucking fire. So again, if you're just tuning in, my stories don't really have a point or an end to them, but that's the accidental tormenting of my neighbor. Now my problem is with my notes. They're not, the pages aren't numbered, so they're all over the fucking place. So here we go. There's that. We went down there to Peter, and then, all right. Let's see. Never mind that. Oh, see, I went and I moved these fucking. Oh, I have to go over here. Sparky, you fucked me up. Okay, so there we go. All right. More random shit. I just think up shit, and then I make little notes, and there's no real way to put it in my show. But we've all had this happen to us. We have friends, and we love them. We love our friends, but every so often they do something a little fucking nuts, and then you start to wonder, how the fuck did I ever be friends with them? And then you get a little afraid of them. But basically, what just happened to me was, sometimes a friend will ask you out of the blue for a really ridiculously tremendous big fucking favor. And it's not even like money or anything. It's just fucking weird. And you're not planning on it. And you're not protected. And there's no warning. And then your first reaction is, are you out of your fucking mind? So what happened to me was one of my friends wanted to sell his shitty home and upgrade and move into a nicer home, and I was cheering him on. But what I didn't know was part of his plan was for me to buy his shitty little house. I was part of the plan. I was supposed to buy his shitty little house so he could take the money from me and put me in a shitty house, and then he would invest it and go live in a fucking nicer house. And I was trying, and I really like this guy, so I'm trying to be like polite about it. And again, are you out of your fucking mind? My idea hallway, there's little trolls in there and shit waving signs of you. I can't fucking do it. So the fun part of it is I actually like Emmaus, the town I live in. I really like my town. So this shithole apartment was over in Allentown, not busting on Allentown, but it was right by the fairgrounds. So there's no fucking way in hell I don't want to give up my nice place in Emmaus with a nice yard to go fucking live in Allentown. So he's actually seemed crushed. He said, it's my fault he couldn't buy this fucking place, right? So try to be diplomatic. I'm there. Well, you your own self said that it's almost fucking impossible to park during Fair Week. And he said, that's only 1 week out of the year. And actually, what's odd is this would have been a good year to live over there for parking because there's no Allentown Fair. You see, everything is a fucking weird subject. So that was a kind of a big favor. I crushed him. I ruined his dreams of house hunting, and oddly enough, that happened to me like fucking two more times. They're not really noteworthy, but uh, if you're thinking of selling your house and buying a better house, and you're counting on your friends to buy that house, maybe you want to fucking talk about it before you apply for the loan. I'm just saying. Does that happen to anyone else? Put it in the fucking chat if it did. That's a big favor. Hey, Amish, let me ask you for a favor. What? Buy my house. No problem. Fuck. I love this place where I am now. It's very humble, but it's nice, and there's room, there's fun room. And I lived in what I would call a shithole in this town, and I couldn't wait to get out. I mean, my career sucked batshit balls. I had to wait till I could get enough money to get us the fuck out of hell. That's what we called it, moving out of hell. And my neighbor one night comes down, and I'm out on the porch, and he goes, "Hey," he says to me, "I heard that you make $20,000 a show." And I turned and I looked at the house that I lived in. I said, "Yeah, I do. And I chose this shithole as my retirement mansion. Why the fuck would I live in this fucking shithole if I made fucking $20,000 a night? Think, motherfuckers, right out loud." So, again, my stories really don't have a point or an end to them here, but we're cooking with gas. Let's see, moved out of hell. Oh, back to the podcast. This is exciting, right? So, Facebook fans, I didn't do this on YouTube. I'm trying to figure out how to be more active with my YouTubers as I learn. I had posted on my social media that I want to do a podcast, and I asked for names, fans to suggest names for my podcast, so that when you go into a podcast and you search, it would be easy to find me. Can't remember these, but I wrote them down. All I gotta do is, I forgot to give you the language warning. My show is rated that, and there are. So these are suggestions by my fans who I love on what to name my podcast. Okay, all right. So some of these aren't half bad. One is the Ba Raymond Show. I'm assuming that was the sheep thing going on there. That's not too bad. Another suggestion was Keep Calm, I'm Amish podcast. The only problem with that is I'm not fucking calm. I am not a calming force in the world, but appreciate it. Here's one I love. It's someone who's been watching these live streams. The Sideways Amish Comic. Now, I'm not sure how I could do a podcast, which is all audio, sideways. So there's some math problems to solve there. Here was another one. The Ray Amco Show. Now, that kind of sounds like I'm going to be selling Reynolds Wrap or Amway or Avon product or some shit like that. It has a nice sound to it, but I don't know what the fuck it is. Sparky's got some fans. Another suggestion. Sparky the Amish Birds Podcast. That also sounds like it would be Sparky's podcast, so fuck me. I gotta get my own show. Sparky'd be good to go. Another one that I really liked was Hey Fuckers with Raymond the Amish Comic. Much as I love that, a comedian friend of mine, Bob Levy, his catchphrase is Hey Fuckers. So I think that's already taken as a name. But I actually like that one, but Hey Fuckers, taken by Bob Levy. Here's another one. Raymond's Great Big Bucket of Goo Podcast. That's in the running right there. This one I love with all my heart. And I can't begin to tell you how much it fucking kicks me in my own balls not to be able to call my podcast The True Story of Bert the Wonder Pancake. Fucking genius. I love that. That's amazing. Another one, Amish Comic, Raise the Roof. Probably should be Raise the Barn, but again, not too shabby. This one I don't even know if I can say it. a miss shit show. A miss shit. A miss shit. Amish, and then like shit is incorporated into the word Amish. A miss shit show. Um, I don't really like that at all. I don't think the word shit should be in the name of my podcast until it really does turn to shit someday. So, uh, that I'll miss shit. Not gonna happen. Super fan out there and fan of Twin Peaks, John Richter. He went fucking nuts, and he wrote like fucking 90 of them. John Richter, these are amazing, but I'm not going to use them. The Milk Corner. It'd be good if I had like a dairy product show, or lactose intolerant show. And then another one, he must have been fucked up. Raymond's Milk Corner. That's kind of like fucking same title right there. And there's another one, the Black Hat and a Cup of Coffee. No, I'm not using that one. Here's another one somebody suggested, Raymond's Black Hat Podcast. Again, that sounds like my hat would be doing the podcast. And unless I had the sorting hat from the Harry Potter show, that would be kind of fucking weird. And if I did, I would fucking use it. And then if you put on the sorting hat, and you say, anything but Slytherin. Anything but Slytherin. I say Amish or Mennonite. Fuck, I got Mennonite, motherfucker. So that's not a bad idea, but what the fuck?
Here's your reminder. It's intermission. Well, just a pee break. Here's your reminder. It's intermission. Well, just a pee break.
Okay, so you heard the bumps of there. It's intermission, just a pee break. The odd thing is, as soon as I started to program the pee break into my show, I don't gotta pee. So that kind of solved that problem for me. Now, back to my podcast here. Here's one. This one creeped me out a little bit. Name of my podcast, We All Wear Black Down Here. Down where? Where the fuck am I going to be broadcasting my show from hell? That's a little fucking weird. Here's another one that made me a little bit nuts. Dude, where's my buggy? Straight out of the barn, no power, no problem. Stories by candlelight. That's not really a catchy title, but thanks for playing. And this one I almost wasn't going to tell you about because I think I actually had to ban this guy from my page. It was one of the first suggestions. The Brown Eye Podcast. Now, me being the dumbass that I am, I had no idea that he meant the asshole podcast until I actually fucking Googled Brown Eye, and then I went and I had to go delete the asshole who said I should name my show after asshole. And if you want to mock me for not knowing that Brown Eye meant asshole, consider this. And I did a show out of State College, and somebody posted on Instagram, this MF spittin'. This MF spittin'. And that was his fucking compliment. This motherfucker be spittin'. I like that shit. So thanks for playing. I'm probably going to stick to Raymond the Amish Comics podcast or Amish Comics podcast so you fuckers can find me. The idea was it would be easy to find me. Okay, crumble that shit up. But thanks for playing and thanks for posting shit. And I appreciate it. If I mock you on when you comment shit, that means I'm reading it. So think of that. Fuck me in a bucket of goo. Okay, so now moving on again, podcast. Like I say, I'm learning about podcasts. I'm actually taking a little mini podcast course, and I've nailed the first part of it because the first part of the podcast lesson is they say there's 3 things that you have to solve before you launch your podcast. A, what's the podcast going to be about? I know, Sparky, you can tweet into the podcast if you want to. So, boom, roasted. I got that. B, who's your target audience? Well, that's, of course, where you fuckers all come into play. The show's about me, and that's my audience already. So I got 2 things, boom, roasted, A and B. And 3, what's the objective? The objective is to bring entertainment to my amazing fans during these fucking ridiculously challenging times, and also to make money. So the first part of the course I've completed. Tomorrow I will be starting the second part of the course, and the chapter is called It's Impossible to Make Money with a Podcast. So that's fucked up. And so onward with podcasting. Fuck me and bucket of goo. All right, moving right along here. All right. Oh, this happens to all of us. Facebook seems especially fucking crazy right now. So my wife and I will be in this room, hanging out on and watching TV, hearing music, whatever the fuck we're doing, and you peek in your phone. It's unavoidable. You just peek in there. Then we have a lot of mutual friends, and they entertain us. And then my wife would be in the corner and she'll say, I think I said waff there, and I meant wife. Sorry, wife. I was stumbling. And she'll say, did you see what Vicky posted? And she'll be over there laughing, and I'll be there. No, I didn't see it. And then instead of running over, I just figure I'll fucking look on my Facebook on my phone, and what Vicky posted on Facebook is in her phone, and it's not in my fucking phone. That is fucking crazy. And I will fucking refresh, and I'll refresh, and I'll go, it's not fucking in there. And then I'll just, fuck it. I'll just go over and look at it. And I know a lot of people are saying that shit, that their Facebook is different than whoever is in the same fucking room with them. So Facebook is coming for us, and it I guess apparently it knows what I should see and what I shouldn't see. So that's flawed right there. Facebook's pushing us over the deep edge. Where's my fucking note? I'm all over the place here. Podcasting, Facebook. Oh, this is one of those things that is not ready yet, but I want to throw it out there. Because my wife says shit, and then it makes me laugh. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, and I get almost a little fucking mad, because then it makes me laugh, and then I got to make a note, and I'm up. So she has said this out of the blue. She said, how comes people mostly think ancient civilizations are stupid? And that's true. We do. We think whoever was from long ago had to be fucking stupid. I don't know why we think that. Going back to the Egyptian pyramids, them fucking nitwits, I don't know how they built those things, but we do. And it doesn't even have to be ancient civilizations. We tend to believe that our parents were stupid with some things, and their parents were stupid, and it's the weirdest fucking thing that somehow we just think the older generations and shit were fucking really stupid. So now in the future, when people look back, and we're the older ones in this generation, we're gonna really look like a bunch of fucking nitwits, morons, and numbskulls. I'll tell you that right there. This kind of sort of reminds me of something my father used to say. My father used to say, well, actually, my father never really spoke at all. He just stared a mad face into a fucking coffee cup like this. For years. That never fucking made sense to me till this year. Now it seems fucking foretelling. I'm gonna have what the fuck do you see in that coffee cup? And he'd just be like, make the lurch sound. So that was foretelling. So there you go. More on ancient civilizations when I figure out what's funny about that. I do love this. It feels like we're hanging out in some kind of weird, fucked up way, don't it? So, shout out to Keith from the Keith Show. Love still being part of the Keith Show. Stupid shit happens to me, and then I had a plan for this past week on the Keith Show, but something else happened to me. I don't want to diss roofers, but roofers in the neighborhood, when there's a roofer in your neighborhood, it always sounds like they're banging on your fucking roof, and you wonder, who the fuck ordered a roofer? Wife, did you authorize some fucking roofing work to be done? And this couple houses away, and the bang, bang, banging sounds like they're on your fucking roof. And that's a weird way to wake up. And no matter what time it is, when you hear that fucking hammer pounding in the nail, it feels like it's fucking 6 o'clock in the morning. So the weirdest fucking thing happened was this banging that I heard just the other day was bum 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 bum. It was like a fucking shave and a haircut. Shave and a haircut. He was fucking banging in nails like that. Bum 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 bum. But it didn't fucking end. And then your brain, well, my brain, my idea hallway is running out, waving the signs to finish that. Bum 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 bum. And it wouldn't fucking finish, and it was driving me fucking nuts. Here it turns out there was two roofers in the neighborhood working on different houses, and the one roofer was trying to do some kind of fucking shave and a haircut Morse code with the other roofer, and he was a fucking idiot, and he didn't get it. And I was to the point where I was just gonna run out there with a fucking sledgehammer and finish it. Shave and a haircut, bum bum, dog ass, fuck me in a bucket of goo. So then my brain, it's shaving a haircut, stuck in my head for like fucking ever, so I had to research it. The history of shaving a haircut to bits is kind of amazing. Prisoners of war, I don't know what war, used to use it as a greeting for the new prisoner that would come in. So he started bump, 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 and then the new prisoner would go bump, bump, and it was kind of like a fucking welcome hello for that thing. And shaving a haircut, there's different meanings around the world, different places. In the Netherlands, in the bars, they use it as a mock when somebody has to go home, say like they're henpecked, and they'll just say, I don't know what the words they sing, but they sing it like hooly schmooly, pussy whipped, boom, and then he's got to fucking leave, and that's the whole thing there. They also have one in Ireland, and I learned this in Mexico. It's really bad if you don't ever sing fucking shaving a haircut in Mexico, because it's like go fuck your mother, asshole, and that's why you can't. They hear that it's an actual thing. That also explains the horn on my 1997 Volkswagen Golf that I no longer have, which was made in Mexico, because car horns use that bump, 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 bump. And mine didn't have that. Mine had a little bump, 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 bump. Okay, that's fucking amazing. And Sparky actually landed in my beard. That was kind of fucking amazing. Did you want more water? Hang on. But if that don't fuck up your shaving a haircut, Sparky landed in my beard. Woohoo. Nope. I think she wants to be on my shoulder, but that's going to be real fucking bad. So, thanks for fucking up that shaving a haircut 2 bits thing. Moving right along here. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Can't really plan on shit like that. Alright, I feel so fucking lost. Oh! This is kind of weird shit. Well, for me, it's weird shit. Anyway, tensions are running high. This has been happening a long time. Episode 23, we never thought this would happen. But there's a real weird thing going on. People were just saying, that's it. I fucking had it with this pandemic. I fucking had it. I'm done. I'm finished. I'm over it. And man, if it was that easy to cure a pandemic or anything that fucking bothered us, we can fucking cure everything there was. We'd just be like, fuck it. That's it. I've had it. I've had enough. Cancer, fuck you in a bucket of goo. I'm out. I'm done. I'm finished. I'm fucking over it. If we could get rid of shit we don't like just by being fucking disgusted with it, you could just line up different shit to just fucking get rid of it. That would just be one thing after the next. Fucking changing to cat litter? Fuck it. That's done. I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm over it. I'm finished. I fucking had it with you. I'm sick of you. Fuck you. I don't care if the shit fucking piles up like this. It'd be one thing after another. I've had it with needing money to buy shit. Fuck it. I'm done. I'm finished. I'm not paying any more fucking bills. I've had it. I'm done. I'm finished. I'm fucking over it. All right? See what I'm saying here? We can't just get rid of shit by going, I'm fucking done with it. I'm over it. Maybe we can. I don't know. Some of this shit doesn't even seem funny to me, but I love you fuckers. I can't wait to get back out there and see. Oh, ding. I like that. That didn't signify anything other than upsetting my cocktail. Uh, Trending on Twitter this week. All bad stuff, all right? And I went in for another look today, and the Beach Boys were trending. I don't even fucking know why. But the first thing when like the Beach Boys are trending is like, oh my god, did the Beach Boys die? I don't know that a whole fucking group of them could die like that, but the Beach Boys are trending. That's kind of fucking badass. None of the songs got stuck in my head or anything. I wish they all could be Lancaster Amish girls. Now I'll be stuck in your head. So that was kind of a good thing on trending on Twitter. I fucking went into the White Room. I don't know why they call it that because it's like a padded room, I guess. Something that I forgot to do last week, and if I did it and it's a rerun, blame Keith from the Keith show because I texted him because he watches these things, and I asked him. He said no, he didn't fucking remember it. So if I did it and then he didn't fucking remember that I did it, it's his fucking fault. So I'm just pulling stories out from my eventual book. I've been with ZZO with the morning show for like 30 fucking years, and the rules of how I could whore myself have changed drastically. There was a time way back in the early part of my career where they weren't really allowed, Bearman Keith, to actually plug my show, but they could ask me about my show and then I could fucking plug it. So I was producing my own show, and Bearman was very good at setting me up to tell people where to get the fucking tickets. And I was doing a show at the Emmaus Owls, and they had tickets for $10 next door to John Gould's store. That shit's all fucking gone. Google it. Then I phoned in. I was holding a show, and the Bearman goes, "So Raymond, where do people get tickets? Out of the back of the buggy?" I'm there. "Yep." And I hung up. I'm there. "You got to be the dumbest motherfucker that there ever was." Bearman gave me a chance to plug my fucking show and say, "No, you get fucking tickets at the John Gould store right next to the fucking house." But I go, "Oh yeah, you get them out of the buggy." Now what the fuck is that gonna do? So I fucking called back in a ranting rage, and Keith was recording all this, and I didn't fucking know. And I said, "I gotta be the dumbest motherfucker there ever was. I phone in to whore my fucking show. You guys can't whore my show, so I gotta whore my show." I said, "Hey, the show's gonna be at the Emmaus House." "Well, Raymond, where do you get tickets? Are you riding around the buggy? Some out of the buggy?" "Yeah, I don't fucking say John Gould, motherfucker, dumb motherfucking ass." I just fucking hung up. And Keith put like 900 beeps into that fucking phone call, and he played it, and it was mostly like beep, 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 but then you could hear where to get the fucking tickets. And this became a theme that Keith would beep some of my bad calls. Like if you watch C-Stream, some of this shit doesn't work. Well, that's how my fucking phone calls went. So I would phone something in that was kind of mediocre, and Keith would beep out clean fucking words, and I'd listen back to it. So, yeah, I was walking down the street, and I'd seen this horse and buggy, and it beep, and it beep, 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 and he fucking, it was funny because you heard fucks that I wasn't even fucking saying. That's fucking magical. That's kind of fucking amazing. So thanks for that, Keith. And if I did this bit last week, then fuck you in a bucket of goo, Keith. How about that? Let's see here. Bump, bump, bump. Oh. I didn't really think it through that well after my excited oh. I just figured by the time I did like the third I think of some shit. I'm not really working out, but what I'm doing is I have a mini workout kind of stress buster that I will just do any fucking time because we're tense and need that little fucking physical energy. So what I do is kind of like a lazy man's version of the Billy Blank's tie bow tapes. Remember that shit? And then fucking punching and all this and that shit. And just out of fucking nowhere, I hope Sparky doesn't go nuts. You can do this workout. It's fucking amazing. You can do it coming out of the bathroom. You can do it in the fucking bathroom. You just kind of fucking stand and boom, 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 twist and punch and twist and punch, and you can say whatever you're fucking mad at. Fuck mother fucking Summers fucking over, and it didn't fucking start yet. And then you feel fucking good, and you get a teeny little bit of work. And my wife says, hey, back your arms are starting to look pretty good there. What are you doing? Are you working on my... No, I'm just fucking mad. I'm just fucking punching ghosts that nobody can fucking see. That's kind of fun. So you can use the Amish lazy man Billy Blanks Thai bow punch work anytime you want. And I'm sorry to Clee's sister, my artist here. I don't really have a good Clee story this week, but Clee, and I still do these too. Thank you, Clee. For reasons I couldn't tell you, we would be out somewhere, and then people might mock us at the party or say, "Don't you guys ever fucking work out?" And Clee would say, "Of course we work out." And he would just fucking do deep knee bends right wherever we were. Floomp, 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 floomp. And we'd do that at the fucking party, and we could get other drunken assholes to do it. And you could actually combine that with the Billy Blank punch at fucking nothing workout, and there you go. Fucking boom roast. That's what I should maybe do, like a workout video. Fucking baling hay with Amish, turning butter, doing it buggy style. Look on. Alright. I thought I had something more to tell you. Boom roasted, boom roasted. We're at the end. Oh. I don't know if I'll have time for this, but it would really also be a terrible way to end my show, but fuck it. I don't give a shit. So, when I tell you that I had a hell job when I started comedy, I had a hell job when I started comedy. I worked for a fucking horrible man, and he was a cheap motherfucker, and I spent an entire day. But Boomps is over there trying to end my show. Alexa, stop. So, I had shitty money. I screen printed. That's why I know how to do all this fucking shit. Now, he was a cheap prick. So, the shop was here in a mass. I took the job so I could fucking walk there because we only had one fucking car. So, I needed a company van and all that shit. So, he calls me at the shop, fucking 7 o'clock in the morning, and says I have to drive over to his house in Wescottsville on a cold, rainy day with the company van to give his car a jump. That's what I had to do. So I went over there, and he had this big fucking Cadillac that looked cool, but it was a piece of shit because he got a wholesale, who the fuck knows what. And I'm standing there, and I'm jumping the Cadillac for him with his fucking piece of shit company van, and I got it started, and I said, "Do you want me to, charge this thing up a little bit?" And he said, "Well, I don't make any money with you standing here watching this car fucking charge, all right?" So I said, "Okay, fuck me, the bucket of goo." So then I drove back, and we didn't have cell phones in those days. So I drove from Wescottsville back to Emmaus till I got back into the shop. There were 9 fucking messages on that fucking answering machine that his car died again, and I had to fucking come back over and re-jump the fucking car, which I did. So now I'm on the payroll. I don't give a flying fuck. So I can't say I told you so, because that's how you get fired. So I drove back over there, and the time that it took for me to drive back over there, he decided that he would borrow the secretary's car, and so he loaded up all the shit in the secretary's car, which was running, but he actually locked her keys in her car that was running with all his fucking paperwork in there. And by the time I got there, he was a fucking nutcase. So now he decides to take the piece of shit company van and go off with no fucking paperwork. And I had to jump the piece of shit Cadillac car with the car that was already running. Thank goodness in those days you could open a fucking hood without the latch on the inside. So push that around. Now this is already about 3 or 4 hours I'm on the fucking payroll. So we had to jump the piece of shit Cadillac to drive the secretary back to her home to get the spare set of keys to drive back to turn the car off that was running in the fucking driveway with all the fucking paperwork. And then on Cedar Crest Boulevard, the fucking Cadillac fucking died again in the pounding rain. And then I had to run from Cedar Crest Boulevard to the middle of Emmaus in fucking pounding rain to get my car to drive back to Cedar Crest Boulevard and get the secretary who was standing, she couldn't make the fucking run, and pick her up and then drive her to her house and get her keys and then drive back to the house where they worked so she could turn her fucking car off that's been running for 2 fucking hours. And then I had to drive back to the fucking broken down Cadillac on Cedar Crest Boulevard and call up fucking AAA or whatever the fuck it was and have them fuckers tow it to wherever the fuck they were gonna tow it. And then I went back to the shop and it was fucking 3 o'clock and my day was done. And that motherless, syphilitic, cocksucking fuck had the brass balls to look at my timesheet the next day and say, it looks like you didn't get very much done today. That's a wrap for episode 23. I love you so much. I'm going to be working on a Patreon. I'm going to be working on a podcast. Send me money if you can. And don't fucking send me money if you don't have money. Just let me put you on a serious guilt trip. My MacBook's dying. Buy some fucking shirts. Send some money. I'll be podcasting. I'll be doing Patreon. I will possibly move this show to fucking Friday nights. And again, I don't really know how to end the show. So I'm taking my Wheel of Time thing here. And we'll try something new. Me and Sparky will do like a magic trick. And I'll put this over here. And look at that. My show is now over. Huh? How about that? Oh, fuck. Putting a blanket over audio doesn't really work that well. All right, fuck it. I'll figure something else out. Thanks for coming out. Shut this off. Boom.